Hello and welcome to Section 3, Part 2 of MSP Foundation Certification Training. This section is about the organization theme. Section 3 is about the themes. And the previous Part 1 was about an introduction to the themes. And now we begin with individual themes from Part 2 until Part 8, because we have 7 themes. Note that Section 3 is worth 34 marks in the exam. Each theme is about either 4 or 5 marks, which means the organization theme, the justification, and the decisions theme have 5 questions each, and design, structure, knowledge, and assurance have 4 questions each, and we got 3 questions from the introduction to the themes. We're going to cover the purpose, key concepts, documents, and roles of this theme, as well as relationships of the theme with the principles, particularly for the organization theme. Further, some more detail about the content of this section Part 2. We're going to start with the purpose of the organization theme, then look at the connections between this theme and the 7 principles. Then we look at the key documents, which are the governance approach strategy document of the program, the stakeholder engagement approach strategy document for the program, and the stakeholder engagement and communications plan document. And there are some other key concepts in this theme, such as stakeholder engagement, and the program risk appetite. Then we also look at the purpose and responsibilities of the following roles in detail: the sponsoring group and their members, the program board, the program office, and particularly the program office lead, senior responsible owner or the SRO, program manager, and the BCM or the business change manager. We begin with the purpose of this theme. Note that in the foundation exam, you may have questions about all we are covering in the course. For example, there could be a question on the purpose of this theme. The organization theme clarifies leadership, sponsorship, scrutiny, decision-making. It clarifies the roles and responsibilities and the delegated limits of authority quite clearly, which means it's about organizing a program structure. But it also focuses on how to identify and engage stakeholders and how to plan and deliver effective communications. Therefore, the organization theme is not just about the organization structure for the program, but also the stakeholder engagement and communications planning. Now we look at a key area in this theme. We look at the connections of this theme with the various principles. And this could be a little tricky to know for the exam, but you can have some questions in the exam on this. So because we have 5 marks for this theme, it's possible that you may get a question on in this table or from this table. The 7 principles are listed in the first column, and how the theme supports that principle is in the middle column. And the results of having supported that principle via this theme is clarified in the last column. Lead with purpose. You might recollect lead with purpose is about envisioning and communicating that. Therefore, here it is done by providing clarity of purpose for the stakeholders, which results in commitment to the program and enthusiasm for the stakeholders to overcome challenges. While the results are not so important, you must know how the theme contributes to that principle. So the middle column is of importance. Collaborate across boundaries. This is about the various entities in a program working together closely. And therefore, we see that here, maintaining mechanisms for organizational units and stakeholders to interact is what this theme does for that principle. Dealing with ambiguity. You might recollect ambiguity is about the risk. Therefore, this theme supports that by defining the appetite for risk and facilitating transparency, information sharing, and evidence-based decision-making. Let the phrase decision-making not lead us to the decision theme. Aligning with priorities. So you might recollect that's about understanding what is important based on emerging information, therefore, and adapting to that. Therefore, you will see here adapting structures, roles, and responsibilities over time to provide oversight and alignment with business operations. Then we have 3 more principles. Deploying diverse skills. This is a simple one, isn't it? Because here we see providing oversight of the development of the required organizational capabilities and resource capacity. So that is straightforward. Realize measurable benefits. This is closely connected to outcomes and benefits. Therefore, we see here the organization theme supports this principle by ensuring that stakeholders are engaged and that there is two-way communication about the outcomes of benefit. Lastly, the principle of pace and value. You might remember here it's about balancing the progress with the stability of the current operations. The progress of the program, that is, to be balanced with the stability of the current work within the organization. Therefore, it focuses on establishing governance that empowers decision-making as close to the day-to-day work as possible. So this decision-making empowerment is connected to bringing pace and value. Imagine if the decision-making is far away from those who are doing the work, then it may disturb the pace and the value. Question number 11. Which theme ensures that information is reported to those affected by a program? The design theme, or the structure theme, or the organization theme, or the assurance theme? The question is about the reporting of information to its stakeholders. The organization theme, on the other hand, describes how the stakeholders would be identified and engaged, how the communication would be planned and effectively delivered. And because the question is about reporting of information, therefore, the communication planning, the answer here would be C.